Hey everybody, welcome to my first official episode of 30 Minutes of Fame. Today I'm joined by David Henneberg, a singer-songwriter from Edmonton, Alberta. We won't talk about the Oilers or Pink Pony Club, but I came across his music at about 2 o'clock in the morning about a week ago when I couldn't sleep, and I'm like, damn, man, that's some powerful words and a great voice and just real. A lot less most of the stuff you see on TikTok, people got like 80 filters going or sound like in a giant tunnel. And I like to look for real and raw. So welcome to my little show here.
Appreciate it, Dave. Thank you very much for having me.
Actually, I think I came across when you were just under. You need 1,000 followers so that you could post something on your profile.
That's right. There's a limitation on TikTok. If you have less than 1,000 followers, you can't share a link to anything, I think. So I wanted to share a link to like pre-save my next single that I was releasing. To plug that, it's called Conspiracy Theories. It comes out in 7 days. So please pre-save that if you're listening. But yeah, and then it was awesome. I just asked if people would follow me so I could get to 1,000, and in like 25 minutes, I think I had 1,000 followers. So that was nice. TikTok came in big for that.
Well, the beautiful coincidence of us recording this today, I'm going to launch this on this Friday, which is 3 days ago. So if you're watching this now, head over on David's profile, check out that link, and pre-save that tune, have a listen.
Thanks, Dave.
So
Appreciate it.
happy Friday, I guess, technically. It's Friday right now. Everyone knowing the magic of technology and recording things.
That's right.
So how long you been singing? How did you get into it?
I liked singing from a very early age, but was pretty quickly discouraged from doing it. So I didn't get a lot of positive feedback right away from what I was up to when I was a young child. I, but I always loved music. Like early bands that I listened to a lot were like Blink 182, Sum 41, kind of like punk rock. Oh, not even punk rock. It was like pop music, but like rock pop, a little bit of punk influence in there for sure. But and then like my dad was a huge fan of like the Beatles, Billy Joel, Rolling Stones. What's the band? Oh, the Guess Who, of course, Canadian band. So listen to a lot of old 60s and 70s music, Neil Young, Bob Dylan. Well, my dad actually didn't like Bob Dylan that much. I found him much later, so let's take out Bob Dylan from the early discussion. But yeah, I always loved music. The Beatles is kind of what really like opened up, like I want to sing. Like I always tried to sing like Paul McCartney. And yeah, I think I was like 14 or something, and I downloaded like the entire discography illegally. Sorry, but that was back in like the torrent days or whatever of the Beatles discography, and I just listened to absolutely every song. So yeah, I don't know. I've been singing for a long time, but I didn't honestly like try music out till I was probably about 20 years old. Like I'm 33 now. Had guitar lessons and stuff when I was like 12 and 13, probably like learned how to play guitar, like pretty rudimentary, 12, 13, 14. And then just kind of like got to a level, like I was from a small town in Saskatchewan called Estevan. And at the time, like, it just seemed like there was nobody to teach me kind of the next level of things. So then I just kind of gave it up. And then, yeah, I think I was in business school. I was in business school at the University of Regina in Saskatchewan when like I was living in dorms and a neighbor had a guitar. And I think I was like 18 or 19. And then I still remembered how to play some stuff, and then got back into music around that time. So about 14 years ago. And then I was about 20 when I was like, I really want to do this. Like I want to write songs. Prior to that, I actually wrote poetry and stuff, like lots of poetry, and like always tried to write lyrics, but I didn't really play music well enough to like write songs. So I've been like lyric writing since I was probably 16, but finally was able to start like putting lyrics to music when I was 20 when I got good enough at guitar. And then, yeah, like, I don't know, it's just kind of been a grind from there, of just like playing music when I can and stuff. I don't know if that answers your question, Dave. I've been talking for a long time, I feel like.
No, that's okay. Do you remember what your very first song you learned how to play on guitar was? For me, it was Outshine by Soundgarden when I discovered open D tuning.
Outshine by Soundgarden.
I played that shit for like 10 hours straight. I drove my parents crazy.
One, um, one of the first songs I learned, I remember, well, was House of the Rising Sun. I don't remember the exact first one. I remember well, I do remember the first lick or like guitar riff that I learned because that was a big moment for me. It's like 12 or 13, and I learned what is that? Stay Together for the Kids intro riff by Blink 182. And anybody around my age would know that that reference, but do 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 do. But yeah, I think that was like the first riff. I don't remember the first exact song that I learned on guitar though.
I noticed I'm just admiring those, one of those guitars back there looks like a Telecaster.
That's right. That's a black half hollow body Telecaster. It's
Now,
actually
does that
like,
one have sentimental? Is the reason it's on the wall? Do you take it down and play it, or?
yeah, it was like the first electric guitar I had. I don't really play it. It's not that good. I found out later on. Like, it's all right, but I have nicer stuff now that I play. But it's all right. It's all right. It's cool. I like it. I like how it looks.
My first guitar was a Charvel, and that I found that someone got at a garage sale, and now I find out they're worth like 3 grand. And that
Oh
we
wow.
got it for like 20 bucks, and then I ended up pawning it back in my heavy drinking days when I stopped playing guitar and I was dealing with mental stuff, and I pawned it for $50.
Oh
And
shit.
I've got a picture of myself playing it, and I've got the old '80s mullet with the Dr. Feelgood poster in the background. Like that was the song I was playing was Dr. Feelgood. Motley Crue came out. I don't have my first guitar anymore, but I am lucky enough to have one that my church director gave me as a present, and it's he just wanted a good home for it. So that's my baby. I just started playing again about a year ago.
Oh nice. What are you
Yeah.
learning? What are you learning right now?
Well, I write and record my own stuff, too.
Okay.
I wrote a song about my grandmother and about PTSD, just anything that can help people. Um, I had a song that I wrote the day before my daughter was born 11 years ago that just sat for 10 years, and I just put music to it a couple months ago.
Good for you.
So I had the word just sitting there. I'm starting to get more confidence, obviously, doing a podcast, and there's so many online trolls though. I'm still they don't bother me anymore. They used to give me anxiety for days.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, there's so many armchair quarterbacks and armchair guitarists out there. Everyone's got an opinion, and my grandfather used to say, "Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one, but you don't have to listen to it."
That's right. And then I like that. One thing I always like I heard recent or fairly recently is just what other people think of me. Or what is it? Well, this is a good time to not remember exactly what I'm trying to say. Holy cow. Oh yeah, what other people think of me is none of my business,
Mm,
you know? So, and it's true.
I
Like,
love it.
and if I think about somebody else and I'm a human being, so yes, I judge people and not that I like want to do that, right? Like I usually catch myself, but it's like it's so common for us to be judging everything all the time, right? And it is meaningless. It just comes from a place of our own insecurities and things that we wish we were maybe doing. And if we see people taking risks that we're too scared to take, then yeah, we're going to probably judge it because we're scared of what we're not doing with our own lives.
I love it. Now we do have something similar in common. In common, we won't go too far into it, but well, this is Friday now, so a couple days ago was my 3 year anniversary of being sober. For me, I've gotten a bit of heat from a few people because I've had like 4 beer in 4 years or 3 years. They were just drinking used to be my escape, but on 4 separate occasions, I've just had 1 beer and was able to put it on, and I haven't touched it on about 8 months, but I still call myself sober because I haven't been intoxicated in 3 years. The last time was on my birthday 3 years ago. But how do you feel music helps you? I know you've just hit a milestone as well. How do you feel music helps you with that? Like,
Well, that's funny. So yeah, I've been sober for um, since October of 2018. So 6 years and some, I think, and 6.5 ish. October, 2 months, whatever. It's 2 months away. That's scary. It's already fall, pretty much. Anyway, yeah, I mean, honestly, like I would say the biggest thing for me is that drinking was getting in the way of me becoming who I wanted to be, um, and that's it. And music was a big part of that. Like I really wanted to pursue music, and I really wanted to give it everything I had. And I realized it, among other things, like my relationships and stuff, but music, just music for now. Um, yeah, I wasn't going to be able to reach my potential in music if I kept drinking. I just too easily got carried away, and yeah, it would just take the life out of me for times, and then be filled with guilt and shame, and just like repeat the cycle over and over again. And it just always felt like I was rebuilding from the ground up. Whereas now it kind of feels like I'm just not tearing anything down all the time and just very slowly, gradually building. And it's a less kind of like exciting, crazy life, I guess, but it's also way more rewarding. And I have such like a genuine self-love now that I never had
you know,
prior to that.
it's funny because I used to go to karaoke 5 to 6 nights a week. I had a pretty close circle of people in Calgary, and I would get like pretty much blackout drunk 5 nights a week. And then I'd get up and sing and I do stupid shit and people would laugh. And only one person ever saw through it. And she sat me down. She's like, if you don't smarten the hell up, you're not going to see 50. And I just turning 50, well, tomorrow or 2 days ago, however you want to look at it. But 4 months ago, at my girlfriend's church, they're having this music concert. And she's like bugging me to go play. And I'm like, listen, I've never sang sober. I've never played a guitar sober in front of people. don't know how to do it. And when I got up in front of a church full of about 300 people, and I sang "Heartfelt Hallelujah" by Brandon Lake, and of course Jelly Roll now has put a spin on it, but that was the most terrifying moment of my life. But
Mhm.
afterwards, like when everyone were clapping and coming up, and like it was the most incredible feeling of my life. And I've done karaoke in front of 5,000 people in Dominican Republic, wasted out of my mind. I don't even remember what I sang, but if it wasn't for Facebook memories, I probably wouldn't remember about 20 years of my life from 9 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez. Yeah, no. Well, I get exactly what you're saying. And it's like, I was actually thinking about that today. I was like, how nice it would be to have that same amount of confidence and courage that I had when I was, completely intoxicated. But
Hmm.
then I really thought about it and I was like, well, I don't think I was, I mean, I was for sure confident or whatever you want to say, or just arrogant. But like, yeah, it's just a different, it's not a real confidence. Like, let's be real. Drinking
Yeah.
is not real confidence. It's not. And people find it actually probably annoying. Like in our heads, in our minds, in our fantasies, it's like, oh yeah, that went really well or whatever. And it probably didn't go as well as we thought it did, right? Whereas being sober puts you right into reality, a lot more objective over how things are actually happening. And on top of that, like, yeah, if you get up in front of people and sing, you're actually growing as a person if you do it when you're sober. You're not like growing as a person if you do it when you're drunk, because that's just what you were doing when you were drunk,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, yeah, there's no growth in experiences when drunk, because it's like a kind of a blanket of courage that helps you do things that
Well, you
you
know,
could.
it's funny. Speaking of courage, when you're at a karaoke show, or the host will say, "Hey, if you need some courage in a glass, blah blah blah," as I'm
Yeah,
singing,
exactly.
right? It's
Yeah.
kind of I never even thought about that until you said the word courage. I'm like, wow, the host really pushes. The more, of course, that makes the bar money, right? The more people drink. If someone's sitting there drinking pop refills all night, they're not making nothing. They wanted people to get drunk and do stupid shit, and then end up on TikTok and viral videos for the pub.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a big part of how I don't know if we have to get into it, but it is a big part of how like the economy works
Mhm.
is people that are irresponsible spend a lot of money, and it helps bars and restaurants and local communities out in a lot of ways, and it's weird. It's a weird thing. It kind of is a weird thing.
So when did you post your first TikTok song online?
When did I post my first TikTok? Oh man, that's embarrassing because I've been doing this for a long time and I have not had any success. Um, 2021, 4 years ago, I think was probably the first time I posted something. I didn't really get consistent with it until probably about a year ago, though. But yeah.
So you know what, with the numbers, like I try not to pay attention to them. And when I was on a podcast as a guest before I started this one, and this lady, she was a nurse in the States, and she's like, "Listen, I only have 10 listeners a week. Are you sure you want to do my little show here?" I'm like, you know what? In 2010, I came home from a pub, wasted out of my mind, drank about 9 pitchers of beer. I was on my balcony, and I said, you know what? Would anyone even give a shit if I leaped off here? And thankfully, I didn't. It was just a thought in my head, like just wasted in my brain. And I said, you know what? If one person out of that 10 is me 15 years ago, that's worth than if this episode gets a million views. And it sounds kind of cliche and stupid, but that's what I'm about, right? If say there's someone listening to this, that's they're getting drunk every night, or they're at a karaoke party, and then they say, you know what? Here's two guys, one sober 3 years, one sober 6 years, looking all fine on on this podcast on the 30 minutes of fame. Maybe I'll go get some help.
Oh,
So
I agree. I don't think there's anything more important than that. Like one person being able to help one person out, right? Like that's I think that's everything, right? That's like, yeah, totally. I think about that all the time. Like, I don't think if I was, I wouldn't still be doing music, uh, if I thought it was important to have millions of people listening. I know that there's like if it happens, great. Like I'm not gonna like be like no, but it's like yeah, I know there's some people that have listened to my music and it's connected with them and it's given them something to think about or hope or just experience with me or whatever. And just know that they're not alone in some of the things they're going through. And I even like it doesn't matter how small the scale is, right? Like it's if it helps one person, it's worth it.
music is so amazing. Like I was listening to the song last night, it just popped up, and it was written by a dad who had just been through a divorce, and he was only going to see his kids 50% of the time. So he wrote this song called "Half My Life" or something like that, and it was just, man, it hit me so hard because I also got divorced 3 years ago this week, so it's kind of a whole different kind of anniversary. But when I looked at my daughter, she's 11 now. I'm like, wow, like the time I get with her now for the rest of my life has just been cut in half. And this
Mm.
guy writes a song called "Cut in Half," and I'm like, ugh, like get out of my brain, man. It was I sobbed after I listened to it. And this guy's songs are all about men's mental health and just it's unreal.
Who is this artist you're talking about?
I had to look up his name one quick second here while we're chatting, but
Oh, no worries. You can do it after the
yeah, I'll
podcast.
do it after and send it to you. But this guy's songs, man, just hit me like someone just hit me with a sledgehammer right in the head. But it's because you don't really think about that. Like when people go through a divorce or a split up and they get 50-50. Um, that's one thing. That's why, like, when you look at concert videos, everyone's got their phone up in the ears. When you watch a sporting event, you see people with their heads down. When I'm out with my daughter and my girlfriend, the phones are away, and your time's cut in half. So you gotta try and enjoy everything twice as much. And
Yeah, be genuinely present for it.
I gotta
Um,
reach out to this guy and ask him if he'd mind if I just recorded a version, just 'cause I wanna, you know what I mean? But it's kind of it's such a powerful song to me. I don't know, but
well, can I lighten it up with a joke that I heard about divorce?
of course.
There's a guy that I know, quit drinking a long time ago, and he was talking about his struggles in getting sober. And he said, "Yeah, it was rough when yeah, it was rough when my wife divorced me. Uh, we split the house. She got the inside. I got the outside." That's pretty much.
Pretty
How's
much
that?
true. I won't go into too much because people. I try not to talk about go into too far details about that kind of stuff on here. But
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that was always funny. I didn't at first. I just like heard it in passing, and I was like, "Oh yeah, actually, that's a joke he's saying. That's really funny."
so if you're up for playing a song, and then we can talk about where it came from. You want to play this one that's out in 4 days?
Oh, well, I don't know if I can play that one. I might just play something random if that's okay.
You can play whatever you like as long as it's not Taylor Swift.
What?
So you can play whatever you like as long as it's not Taylor Swift. I don't need to be copyrighted. Oh, that sounds nice. What kind of guitar is that?
Oh, this is a Larrabee. Um, yeah, this. Sorry, I really wasn't
That's okay.
sure
I can edit this stuff out too.
this was going to be tuned. Yeah, so this is a song called Maybelline. I actually have no plans yet on how I'm going to record it or when I'm going to record it or when I'm going to release it, but I will promote my music briefly here. Like I have a song coming out in 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days called Conspiracy Theories. It's on my TikTok bio. It can be pre-saved. It would mean a lot to me if people pre-saved it. That song's about just dating somebody and then eventually getting broken up with somebody that was really, really deep into conspiracy theories. And yeah, and just a bit about like the reflection on that aspect of the relationship. And it's meant to be a bit funny. And anyway, but this is about the same person. So that album, there's an album coming out with all these songs that I've been releasing called Heartbreak at the C Chord. It's a secret, but it's my first album. It's coming out November 6th. And yeah, I guess keep an eye out for it. But this song isn't going to be on it. It might be like on an extended version if I do that, because there's more songs that kind of came out about the relationship later on. But yeah, that whole album is about my relationship with a girl that moved in across the street from my apartment. Sorry, opened a cafe across the street from my apartment. I went over there, got coffee. Eventually, we started dating, and yeah, I had dated for about a year and a half, I guess, and in pretty close quarters where I was living in my apartment. She was working at her cafe every day, and it was through COVID and all those things. So it was a pretty crazy period of my life, actually. Oh. Anyway, this is called Maybelline, and yeah, we got time. I would have given it another chance. I said depending on the circumstance, maybe Maybelline, can I make a little argument? While you're looking for another man, you like to say that I don't understand. Oh, I can tell you what I understand. The person don't exist, place you're looking for is Neverland. If you're looking for a better man, hey yo. You don't like it when it's too slow, when it's too fast, 'cause the wind blows. Grass is greener under rainbows. Ain't that right, Maybelline? I've been in love a couple times before. The problem was I would look around for more. Didn't know what I was looking for. Every time I left through the door, and this might be the best we ever have. And you keep looking for another man, damn it, Maybelline, I keep looking for another chance. And you keep looking for a better man, hey yo. You don't like it when it's too slow, when it's too fast, 'cause the wind blows. Grass is greener under rainbows. Ain't that right, Maybelline? There's a solo section and stuff, but I'm just gonna stop it there.
Perfect. When you're singing, I make you big screen so that people don't see me dancing and vibing and stuff.
Oh,
Nobody
no?
wants to see that.
That's all right. I'd like to see. I was watching you dance and vibe. So for my end,
girlfriend's back there checking it out too.
I got to watch all the good stuff.
I'm saving that in case I ever start one of those websites where people got to pay to see stuff.
That's right.
I can't show that for free, and I'm not wearing socks right now, but nobody needs to know that either.
Oh yeah, totally, dude.
Well, it's a great tune, and I've listened to the other one. So if you're watching this right now, I'll put the links to your Spotify and your TikTok in the description, and people can go pre-save it and check it out and do all that good stuff.
Well, I appreciate it, Dave. It's been an absolute pleasure being here today. Thanks for reaching out and wanting to have a conversation on your podcast. Honestly, it means a lot to me. That somebody connected with some of my music, and yeah, if you're listening or watching, it'd be wonderful if you streamed me. I'm David Henneberg. I've got lots of music out and lots of more music coming out. Some of it's sad and some of it's funny. It's indie folk rock, I guess. Thanks. That's all I got.
I love it. I got one more question for you before we get out of here.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, ketchup. Do you keep it in your fridge or do you keep it in your cupboard?
In my fridge. Is that a joke?
No.
What do you mean?
I keep ketchup in the cupboard.
There's a debate on it.
There's a big online debate.
Yes.
Ketchup in the fridge or in the cupboard?
Okay, do you keep your eggs in the fridge or in the cupboard?
Oh, the eggs go in the fridge, of course.
Because I lived in South America for like a year, and I was putting my eggs in the fridge like a normal human being. And my roommates who were Colombians, they were like, "Why are you putting the eggs in the fridge? You don't need to put eggs in the fridge." And I looked it up. You don't have to put eggs in the fridge. They're actually right. But all of us put eggs in the fridge. You can look it up. I'm pretty sure eggs can be in or out. But ketchup, well, ketchup is vinegar, right? So it's like it stays good. Like you put vinegar in the cupboard, right? You don't put vinegar in the fridge. Isn't ketchup virtually vinegar? Anyway, I do find it weird though because I like ketchup to be cold. When I like dip my fry or something into ketchup, I want it to be cold. So even though I believe it can stay good in the cupboard, I'm never going to do that.
Awesome. That's I usually pull out a pigeon question at the end of every episode, but I thought I would change it up.
That was a great question. That was a great question. It's a perfect question.
Awesome. So make sure you go catch up with all David's tunes on Spotify.
Wonderful. That's amazing.
If you're out there struggling, if you're out there going through anything, just talk to someone, no matter who it is, just make that first move and life will be better. Like my shirt says, not today, Satan, but
that's right. There's always somebody that loves you.
That's right. All right, man. Thanks for coming on with me. We'll look forward to hearing more music from you.
Sounds good, Dave. You take care.
Awesome. You too.